What you did to somebody's baby, in my mind, is inexcusable.
She refused to hear my pleas to understand my child's disability. I blame myself that I did not fight higher with what she said to me on the very first day.
That video, what you did to that child, I cannot even imagine how that whole process started out. And to do it to a child that already has challenges. I don't mean to be flippant about it necessarily. I don't really care if you lose your job. I really don't.
A school bus aide got caught on camera slapping a 7-year-old autistic kid while he was strapped into a harness, and now she's standing in front of a judge asking for mercy. The victim's mom had to sit there in court knowing she watched footage of her son begging for help, while the adult in charge decided not to help him. At arraignment, the defendant casually mentioned she already had another school bus job lined up in Ohio and just needed this case wrapped up. Let's dive in.
Court does call the case of the People versus Rashonda Jefferson. Counsel, did your appearance, please.
Hold on, Reed, Assistant Public Defender with on behalf of Ms. Jefferson. You state your name for the record.
All right. Date and time set for sentencing. Ms. Blair.
Jamie Nelson, the mother of the victim's child, is present, and she would like to address
All right.
provide a
All right. Before we do that, counsel, your client has read the pre-sentence report. Are there any material deletions, corrections, or additions to that report?
There are no factual corrections, deletions, or additions that are needed.
Thank you. All right. Good afternoon. What's your name, please?
My name is Jamie Nelson.
All right.
And
Go.
I'm Jace's mom.
All right. Go ahead.
Sweating, struggling to force my lungs to swallow air, I wake up in the middle of the night as an image of my child, this woman, Miss Jefferson, replays relentlessly in my mind. As an adult, I can share how this personal impact is discussed. I'm not sure we'll ever be able to overcome the guilt I feel as a parent because I was not able to protect my son from this woman. She refused to hear my pleas to understand my child's disability. I blame myself that I did not fight higher with what she said to me on the very first day. They say I can't hit kids, so I don't know what you expect me to do with him. I now live in a constant state of fear when Jace is under the care of an individual I do not personally know. At work, I've been less able to help my own at-risk high school students as they worry about trusting the safety of my own son in the school system that I so love. It is a parent's nightmare to receive a phone call from the police and hear the words, "I need to speak to you about your child." The call was to report that Miss Jefferson did to my son, but for a moment, the world stopped, and I waited to hear the child had been killed. As a fourth-generation public educator, I'm now scared to send my son to school. His faith has been destroyed by Miss Jefferson. School is supposed to be a safe haven for children. Miss Jefferson took the sense of security from my family. Teaching high school in Romulus and Belleville for the last 23 years, there's a sign in my classroom that says, "This is a safe place," on my classroom door. I had students throw scissors across the room and scream in my face, yet I still kept them safe and knew that I must remain the professional, knowing that my students had special needs, just as my son has, even if theirs may come from things like living in a homeless shelter or witnessing violence. I devoted my life to provide for the safety of thousands of students in our public school system. She couldn't take care of my one. I get physically ill replaying the moment I watched Miss Jefferson ignore Jace's cries for help as he hung upside down from the legally and incorrectly fastened harness. This disgusting part of the video was not even shown in the court, but as a mother, it is an image of her face, spiteful and condescending, and she tells my autistic son that she won't help him as he begs, screaming for help. I fear this image may never leave, and I know the sound of his screams never will.
She didn't bond with the mom out of empathy. She used shared struggle as camouflage. I mean, that single parent sympathy card wasn't accidental. I feel like it was definitely strategic here. She knew exactly who wouldn't be believed.
I can tell you how watching that video in a suffocating small police interrogation room changed every moment of my life forever. I'm inherently empathetic and compassionate, yet knowing that Miss Jefferson repeatedly slapped my disabled child as he was restrained on a special education bus, it's forced me to grapple with my faith in humanity. As an adult, I can put the impact into words, but definitely stating the and most important as an impact of this case. Jace is too young to share his words about how being physically abused by Miss Jefferson, an adult he was supposed to trust, in a place that he was supposed to be safe, will affect him now and always. He can't tell us of the fear he experienced as he ran straight from the bus each day, refusing to speak and slammed the house door, sometimes locking me outside. He can't tell us what through his mind as he sat staring blankly, refusing to even mention the bus ride, or how when his mom told him to be